What would happen to your clinic right now if you disappeared for 3 weeks? Not a vacation where you're technically off, but your phone is blowing up every 40 minutes. Gone. Unreachable. Phone off. Would it run? Or would it hold its breath and wait for you to come back and save everybody? Because here's the truth. When I say this with all my love in the world, if it holds its breath, you don't have a team yet. You have a very expensive group of people standing around waiting for you to tell them what to do. And that's not their fault. That is the natural result of a leader who won't let go. And before you get defensive, I am not talking about you specifically. I'm talking about me 27 years ago. Here is the myth debunked. Here's the advice that gets handed to leaders like us all the time. Delegate the small stuff. Keep your hands on the high-stakes stuff yourself. Sound responsible, right? Sounds like wisdom. I believe that for 27 years. The checking account at our office was high-stakes stuff. So I held on to it personally every single month because if anything was worth keeping under my own control, surely it was the money. And here's what nobody tells you about that advice. Gripping the high-stakes thing tighter does not protect it. It just delays the moment you find out whether anyone else can carry it. And it makes you carry it completely alone until that moment comes, whether that's next month or next 27 years from now. I didn't avoid a mistake by holding on for almost 3 decades. I just postponed it and made sure that when it finally happened, I had one trained to help me through it because I'd never let anyone close enough to learn. I'm going to give you the playbook framework. Here's the step 1, hand over the keys. Welcome to the Unbreakable Woman's Journey. I'm Jules, your coach, your mentor, and a recovering control freak who once gripped a checking account so hard for so long, I'm pretty sure it still has my fingerprints on it. If you're a brand new in the show, grab your coffee and pull up a chair because you found the right show. You know that feeling when you can't even finish lunch sitting down because someone always needs just a quick second for something they never even tried to figure out themselves. That's not a staffing problem. That's not a time management problem either. That's a trust problem because somewhere along the way, you trained your team to bring everything to you. And now you're the answer key to the entire clinic, to the entire operation. I was the answer key for 27 years. So let me tell you about the office checking account. I call it the bloodline. Without it, we can't function. So for 27 years, not even one single human being reconciled the books. The checking account at the end of the month is mine to do. Nobody did it except me. Nobody else. I guarded that thing like it was the last slice of cake at a party and everybody's looking for it. I told myself it was because it was too important, too complicated, too easy to mess up. But if I'm honest, and here's the whole show, this is what the whole show is about. It works only if I'm honest. So I held on to this because letting go felt like losing one thing I knew I could keep perfect. Then I had a mission, church mission trip coming up to the Philippines. 21 days. And there was no version of that trip where I am still sitting in another country trying to reconcile a bank statement over an unstable internet connection. So for the first time ever, I trained somebody to reconcile the books. Like, so we had 2 months going. I gave her guardrails. I said, if there's any debit or credit I didn't record, don't touch it. Just write it down. Tell me what it is, and I'll look it over as we go. And then I sat back a little. Look at me. I'm delegating. I am so evolved. I thought I handed her the keys and the map. Yeah, buckle up, because we step into step 2. Watch them stumble and catch the real reason. This is the real reason I got back from the Philippines, jet lagged, out of my mind, 3 weeks gone. But it's in my bones. 28 years, 27 years, I run the cash flow report every single week. I don't care if I just got off a 14-hour flight. So I run my report, and there it is. There's an uncategorized adjustment. Oh, goodness gracious. My heart dropped like, what is that? My soul left my body, because I know every line in that report. I know it like I know my own face. And uncategorized adjustment is not my face. So I go digging. $1,435.01 gone. She couldn't find it. It wouldn't balance. So she made an adjustment and called it done. Let me say that again so it really lands. She made $14,000 vanish. Poof. So the numbers would match. I have never in my life, part of me was furious, and part of me was like, ma'am, where did you send it? Because if you can make $1,400 disappear, we could use that energy on my tax bill. Now, here's that moment. This is the whole episode right here. 27 years of death gripping that account, and the first time I let go, the exact thing I was scared of happened. Somebody did it wrong. The person I trained did it wrong. And I had the speech ready. 27 years of I knew it loaded up in my head, ready to launch. Nope, give it back. This is exactly why I do it myself. I'll handle it. That right there, that's control talking. And control would have ended the whole story right there. Give it back, I'm done, I was right. Anyway, something stopped me, and I asked myself one question. Whose fault is this really? Because here's what hit me. She didn't mess up because she's careless. She didn't mess up because she can't do it right. She messed up because I never taught her that rule. I gave her a guardrail for the debits and the credits, but I never told her the most basic law of reconciling an account. You do not wipe out a number just because it doesn't match or to make it match. You gotta go find it. The gap wasn't her. The gap was my instruction. So here's step 3. Teach instead of taking it back. So that's what I did. I called her up, and listen, I was nice. She was doing me a favor. This woman made my entire mission trip possible. But what I was crystal clear on was this. I said, we do not make adjustments to force a balance. Not today, not ever. The money is there, so go find it. And if you know what, she found it. She went back, combed through it, and she tracked it down. And here's the part I really need you to hear. I did not take the job back. I gave her another shot because honestly, that miss was on me just as much as it was on her. And that one decision, that one choice not to snatch the wheel, changed everything. She has been reconciling that account for over a year now. And it's not just that she does it right. It's just that I trust her now. I trust her so much that I keep handing her more on finance stuff. I gave her online access to our vendors, and now she pays the invoice online. All of them on the company credit card with no limit. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Me, the woman who guarded the account like a dragon on a pile of gold for almost 3 decades, handed somebody the company credit cards voluntarily and access to pay some invoices via ACH debit. And I didn't even break out in hives. So the do this tomorrow move, here it is. So here's where what I'm asking you to do this week. Not 10 things, not one new system, one thing. Pick one task you have been white knuckling since longer than you want to admit. And you hand it off right away. Give them the real job, tell them why it matters, and spell out every rule that you can think of. And especially the dumb ones, because those are the obvious ones, and the ones you've never bothered to say out loud because you assumed everybody already knew. Then step back, and when they take a turn, you won't take because they will grab the wheel. You teach. The goal was never for you to carry this thing perfectly until your back gives out and you can't remember the last time you left work while it was still light. There was still light outside. The goal is to build people who can carry it with you. That is not losing control and definitely not lowering your standards. That, my friend, is the job. That is what it means to be an unbreakable leader. Trust isn't like a light switch, off then suddenly on. Trust is a staircase. You let go of one thing, they stumble. You teach instead of snatching it back. They step up and you hand them the next thing. Now, if this hit home, send me a DM and I will and tell me what you're handing off this week. I want to hear about it. Until next time, my friend, stand and deliver on grace. Aloha!